fucking game. I hate this.
Oh, Jay, 2 things.
Hmm?
One, I sent that message that you... Yes, I would like to play first. That, you wanted me to send to, what's-his-face? Jesse.
Okay.
That opening hand.
And he said, oh yeah, especially since, he used to suck me off in the parking lot so much.
He wishes.
I think I
He couldn't
keep
get a
this
guy
right
like
just
me.
because of what I get to reveal.
I was thinking the
Do you have a
exact
ley
same
line in
thing.
your opening hand?
No, he's probably got, like, Chancellor or something.
I'm gonna keep
Chancellor?
it. I'm gonna keep it just because of this.
It's a bad call, but have fun with it.
It is, but I don't care. You don't run into this every day.
Oh,
I think
anyway.
it's a sign from God.
That actually wasn't the funny part. The funny part was I remembered, and so I asked him if he knew you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And or remembered you, whatever. He's like, "Do you know Jay?" He's like, who?" I'm like, "All right, a short guy, spiky hair, worked in the deli a while ago." He's like, and I'm like, I was like. He swore at customers. He used a lot of vulgar language. He's like, "Oh yeah!"
Steve, I want you to build the Leyline Vintage deck. I think you'd enjoy it.
No.
I think that's awesome. What do? You're like, okay, the game's gonna start, let me put my hand under the table.
Have you not seen that deck?
I
You
have
don't do
not.
anything! You have, like, no win condition!
No, the win condition is the thing that turns all of your enchantments into a XX creature where X is the enchantment converted mana cost.
Opalescence?
Opalescence?
Yep, so you go turn 1, drop my entire hand, play Opalescence for essentially free, turn them all sideways and win.
Man, this would really suck if I don't draw
Doesn't
another land.
Opalescence cost 4?
Yeah, but it's vintage, so you have all the opals and shit, or moxes and shit.
You also have Soul Ring.
Oh, you just
And-
said
and
vintage, not
Soul
type.
Ring, yeah.
I'm thinking 1-5.
So yeah, you just go smack, turn all my stuff sideways, I win.
And the best part is they can't counter anything because it comes into play before the game starts.
Alright, we're only
Not
only
only
2
that, but
peeps
they
away
come
from
into
our
play
milestone.
and they get to see your first upkeep.
What's that? They don't do what?
They come into play and see your first upkeep.
So they don't have summoning sickness.
Exactly.
Which is weird because that one works, but if you use Karn's ultimate, it doesn't because it's still considered your previous turn,
Correct.
which doesn't make any sense to me. Considering that should have been the end of that turn and now you're starting the game over. So that one's like Inception game.
You're right, Karn should have read Time Walk. My bad.
No. Karn should have just read... Never mind.
No, please, let's Karn bash a little bit.
I just don't I don't understand how that card can have all of the flavor in the universe and just be so dreadful.
The card resolves and is bonkers, though.
Yeah, but only in certain formats.
No, I think in any format, if he resolves, he's going to take over the game. The key is only in certain formats can you get him to resolve.
The ones where you cheat him into play usually.
But that's still...
Yeah.
I guess if you can somehow manage to get Karn in play in Standard, you're right. I don't know how that would ever possibly happen. Damn
I
it,
did it in
this
school while
is
I was
exactly
playing.
what I thought. I play so many lands in this deck, and I'm not going to get any of them.
Steve, I resolved Karn all the time when I was playing Fencer. I resolved him against you once.
I don't remember. I intentionally don't remember that because Karn is
I
not allowed to
intentionally-
resolve against me.
That's like
I don't
Exsanguinate?
think you let me use any of his abilities. I think you scooped with him on the stack.
And I'm pretty sure that's how I work. That
In
and
fact, no, I know
Exsanguinate.
you did because I had a Venture who was about to ult, and then I was like, okay, Venture, tick him up, drop a Karn, and you went, nope, this game's over.
That sounds like a thing. And I'm guessing Steve was probably playing like Red Deck Wins where
Yep,
he was like,
that's-
you're at 4, and he's like, I have nothing but land in my hand.
Well,
Or
no,
he's
no,
like, I
he
fucking
was playing
hate
Red Deck
you.
Wins the creature version, and I established the Venture lock, and he said this is no longer fun.
Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if anybody else saw it. The new Chandra is out, and I don't like her, and it makes me sad.
I kind of like her, actually.
I like her a lot.
I like her.
Why?
She
She's
has
garbage.
card draw.
She does
okay.
not.
She does the most important thing that I could ever have in a red deck, and that is
Draw you another land?
she flips over the top card, and I get to see that land rather than have to wait until next turn to see that land.
Well, hold on, what was
After
the
you
first thing you
played your
said?
land for the turn.
Steve, what was the first thing you said when I said that middle ability might as well not be there? You said, what are you talking about? That says lightning bolt for free.
It does. It says, think that you're getting lightning bolt for free.
For it.
No, you still have to pay for the mana cost for the spell. It doesn't say you can play it for free. It says you can play it.
Oh, I did not read that part. That
Yeah.
never
If you could play
mind.
it for free,
That
then they would
exponentially
be all
works.
kinds of retarded.
Exponentially
for
works.
free
Flip
would be great.
obliterate.
No, it's you can
Flip
play it.
Jackal Hops. Flip
No,
I
more
would
like
just flip omniscience.
Omniscience.
Well, that's
Enter
not
the
a- yeah.
Infinite.
yeah, exactly.
Like I would just flip omniscience all day
Come
long.
on, land. Ah!
The only relevant thing on her, if she cost 3, she would be really good because of the non-block cost. But at 4, I don't think she's any good.
I'm not saying that I think she'll be competitive, but I actually think she's kind of good. Her ping ability is okay. The non-block is relevant, and the 0 is, I think, actually really good for RDW. Her alt is, I don't even look at Planeswalker's alt anymore if they're not named Jace the Mind Sculptor.
I play so many lands in this deck. Where are they?
And see, this is funny because I think he was completely overrated.
We've talked about this, and I highly disagree. Playing against him in every format I've ever seen, other than EDH, where I don't think he's very good there.
Wow.
I think he's just bonkers.
I
He
don't.
resolves in Vintage, Legacy, Modern, if he was in Modern. Actually, he would probably be the most fair in Modern. I don't think he'd be broken there. If you gave Jund their Bloodbraid Elf back, I actually think you could unban Jason.
Okay, look. I don't want to play that format for like in a smaller format with more cards. That doesn't make that format any more fun.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Jund versus Blue-White Control. That was a terrible time in my life, and I never want to relive it.
But you won't have to because Modern will never unban Jace.
You're
So-
right, and for a good reason, because they don't want to relive that all over again.
I think they're afraid of that, but I think they're enough. The other thing, if you unban Jace, that gives you the opportunity to unban some of the other cards that could be unbanned because the power level goes up.
And then they just
And everyone
unban
wants to
Mental
run-
Misstep and make that card $300, like it deserves to be.
Mental Misstep?
Yep.
I haven't
That is my
misstep.
favorite counterspell ever.
They're still
printed.
worth money.
Yeah. They're still.
I love the sadness in that.
When Mental Misstep got printed, I looked at it and said, "Oh my god, this is my favorite Force of Will target ever."
Wait, how much is mental misstep?
Look it up.
$1 maybe tops.
I thought it was more.
It's only legal in EDH. That's it.
Oh, that's right. They banned it in Legacy. I forgot. Yeah.
What makes you think they wouldn't ban it? in
Yeah,
Legacy?
it destroyed a format for 6 months. It was the worst time a Legacy player ever had in their life.
Hold on. I never got to see it or hear about it. Just that I heard you mulligan until you have like 2 mental missteps, and then you win the game.
And you win the game, yeah. You can't lose at that point. And then the best part was there was no reason not to run Force of Will, because now top decking Mental Misstep meant, cool, I can pitch it to Force of Will.
Right.
God, that card was broken.
Only I could find a way to start with Leyline of Anticipation and still not be a target.
You know what's awesome? I'm not doing anything either because everything in my hand costs like 11, and I have no land. Well,
I'm gonna play now. I'm gonna play now.
That top deck.
Oh man, I could have done this end of turn thanks to those new suspend rules. Well, the
Yeah,
suspend
you
rule
could've.
was decided
Top decks.
upon.
What?
Top decks of land.
Logo, available in both men's and women's styles. And now we've got red ones as well, if you don't like wearing black.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, Jay, but I think Mental Misstep will be a card that will never, ever, ever be unbanned in any format.
Because
Ever.
it's free. And any deck that plays is going to play it.
Yep, and it makes Force Will way too good.
It makes blue in general way too good.
No,
Actually,
even-
it increased. Mental Misstep is not a blue card. I have to agree with
Well-
Matt when he said that. It's not a blue card.
Well, yeah, but it just makes blue decks better because it fights like all the other decks.
I mean, when you actually look at what it stops, it doesn't stop anything that blue decks are afraid of, though. Blue decks don't give a shit about Delvers. Well, maybe Delver a little bit. But they don't give a shit about like Curdates and stuff like that.
Really, what that card does is it lowers all players' life totals by 2 to 6.
2?
Yeah, pretty much. And it says you no longer get to cast Ponder or Brainstorm turn 1.
Yeah.
Although if you're casting Brainstorm turn 1, you're a bad player anyway, so I can.
Hey, I've cast Brainstorm a couple of times on turn 1, but it was also followed up by Reanimate this guy, and he lose now.
Yeah, okay. There may be 1 or 2 decks where I'm okay with that, but that's rare.
And that's also the kind of games where I'm like, all right, end of my turn, I have one card in my hand, and I'm at like 12 life.
This Iona better fucking get there.
I never played Reanimator with Iona, because like the time that I stopped playing Legacy was like right the format that she came out by the time.
You would have had a good time casting her against elves. It was always fun.
Well, I did other stupid things. Like, I remember the game against Goblins, where I knew I was playing Goblins, because this guy always played Goblins, and I was like, alright, turn 1, and I ended up going, like, Akroma and Sakashima copying Akroma. Get you for 12. Go! And he just, like, game 2?
You know what's sad? Akroma has not been a Reanimator target in Legacy for, like, 4 years now.
Well, because even if you were going to use her, you have the Sphinx, which is better.
Well, yeah, not only that, and it just kind of says, ooh, let me get that sword out of your hand.
Yeah, that too.
That card's kind of running rampant right now. Those Maverick decks are looking kind of good.
Well, that's why, right now, if I played Reanimator, my targets would be, like, Gristleband, just because.
No, that's the right call. That's completely the right call.
Iona, because she's dumb. I still want to run one Sakashima, because I like getting stupid duplicates of things. And,
Taunting the fuck out of me.
And the new guy that's like, at the end of my turn, everybody discards their hand.
Yeah, I would also consider, you may also want to consider running, like, Elish and shit like that, though, just because.
Well, yeah, there'd be one-ofs, like, because it's...
Yeah. You've got to, what deck Reanimate stuff doesn't have Arcane, whatever the hell his name is, he can't be attacked.
What?
Archon of Justice.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, the big, fat, stupid flying white guy.
The guy that says, troll, I don't give a shit anymore.
Troll. I like how I top deck. I opened this. My opening hand, by the way, was 1 land, and I drew land. So
Steve's gonna cry a little bit.
no.
Holy shit, Jay has another deck. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. This one's fun because my general's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Aww. I have to attack Brock.
Damn it!
No, actually, I wanted to attack the other dude.
Ugh.
You wanted to bash into the Kira,
Yeah,
and then turn his Morbid on?
that's fine. I'd kill his dude.
I guess.
Morbid requires 2 other dudes to do anything.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I've forgotten about that numerous times too. Why I think was it Travis Wu that was playing that deck at one point? Somebody was playing that deck at one point, and I forgot completely. By the way, thanks Mastermind for following me on Twitch. I forgot completely that that required 2 other dudes. So I was like, why is he not activating that ability? Why is he playing so poorly? And then finally, like the guy drops 2 other guys, and the commentator goes, okay, so now he's got that guy online. And I'm like, oh yeah, that guy has an extra cost to the Morbid. Whoops.
Yeah. Talking about Morbid and stuff like that puts creatures out. The only card I can see right now at M14 that I've seen that's going to be standard play is the human guy that's like a 2/2 for 3. Whenever a human dies, you get a 2/2 zombie. I'm like, sure, you fit right into the friggin' Jund decks and the
You don't like
Token.
Archangel of Thune? I think she's kind of cool.
Who?
Archangel of Thune? The lifelinker that puts 1/1 counters on shit?
What is she gonna be played in?
I think she'll have her own deck.
6?
No, yeah, she resolves with other lifelinkers on the field is the whole idea. Because it's whenever anything or lifelinks, essentially.
Oh, you're a dirty whore.
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, baby. Tell me more.
You should not. Actually, no. Just wait and see I randomly attack you again.
That's what I'm saying. Well, this is not a windmill slam like exile your guy. This is like, if this, I got insurance in case you attack me again.
And actually, I'd have to say the most thing I'm excited for is Mutavault and my favorite green card ever, Scavenging Ooze.
I'm really disappointed because they bring back Mutavault, and then creature types aren't really a thing except for slivers.
Slivers!
Slivers!
Oh, okay. And the only slivers that I've seen, by the way, that are actually good are green and black.
And blue. Blue now gets a flyer that only costs 1 instead of costing 2.
Yeah, and there's also a first striker
Yeah.
for red, but I don't.
The red first strikers. The blue one though is gonna be. It's gonna be awesome.